In 1980, the richest states in India were all in the north. 40 years later, 4 of the top 5 are in the south. Watch how it flipped. (1986), West Bengal is dying, and almost nobody outside India understands why. For 100 years, Bengal was the richest province in British India. Calcutta was the capital of the empire. Jute mills, steel plants, the stock exchange, the country's biggest port. At independence, West Bengal was the second richest state, behind only Maharashtra. Then, in 1977, the communists came to power. They stayed for 34 years, the longest democratic communist government on earth. They banned computers in government offices, saying machines would steal jobs. They strangled private investment with paperwork. They organized strikes against any factory that tried to modernize. The result was the slow, complete destruction of India's most industrial region. Tata moved its headquarters out, Birla followed, Goenka followed. Every major business family that had built Calcutta over a century was relocating to Bombay or Delhi. Bengal kept falling, from second richest to fourth, from fourth to sixth. The most expensive socialist experiment in Indian history. (1990). India is broke. The country has 2 weeks of foreign reserves left. The government will mortgage 70 tons of gold to the Bank of England. Behind the panic, a decision is being made that will reshape every Indian state forever. 1995. India has been open to the world for exactly 4 years. And one state has just realized something nobody else has: Karnataka. The chief minister, an old Congress politician, sets up something called software technology parks in a quiet city called Bengaluru. The city has good weather, decent engineering colleges, and English speakers. Nothing else. Within 12 months, Texas Instruments opens an office, then IBM, then Intel, then Microsoft. American companies discover they can pay an Indian engineer 1/10 of what an American engineer costs and get the same code written. Bengaluru explodes. From a sleepy garden city to a global tech hub in less than a decade. Karnataka, which had never been in India's top 5 economies, starts climbing fast. Tamil Nadu sees what is happening and copies the model in Chennai. Andhra Pradesh copies it in Hyderabad. The southern tech triangle is being born, and while northern states are still arguing about caste politics, the south is quietly building the future. Nobody saw that coming in 1995. In 2001, Bihar has just lost half its economy overnight. On November 15, 2000, Jharkhand was carved out of Bihar. The new state took every piece of mineral wealth Bihar had: coal, iron ore, copper, bauxite, uranium, the steel plants of Jamshedpur, the coal mines of Dhanbad, the aluminium plants of Muri, all gone. What was left of Bihar was farmland and people. Lots of people, 90 million of them, with almost no industry. Bihar had been the 4th richest state in India in 1960. Within 40 years, it would become the poorest state per capita in the country. The same year, Chhattisgarh split from Madhya Pradesh, taking the coal and steel. Uttarakhand split from Uttar Pradesh, taking the dams and tourism. 3 of India's most resource-rich regions became their own states. Their parent states were left poorer. If this kind of story keeps you watching, take 1 second right now and hit subscribe. We bring you stories like this every single week. In 2005, Bihar has collapsed. Bengal is falling. Karnataka and Tamil Nadu are climbing fast. Gujarat is preparing for an investment explosion that nobody outside India has noticed yet. The race is wide open and getting wider every year. In 2014, after 57 years of being one state, Andhra Pradesh splits. Telangana is born, and the entire economic geography of South India changes in a single day. The new state of Telangana inherits Hyderabad, the crown jewel, India's 4th largest tech hub, home to Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Apple, and Facebook campuses. Home to one of the largest pharmaceutical industries on earth, home to 1/3 of all Andhra Pradesh tax revenue. The leftover Andhra Pradesh is left with farmland, ports and political anger. The new capital city of Amaravati is announced, then cancelled, then announced again. Construction stops, restarts, stops. Meanwhile, Telangana keeps growing. By 2020, Telangana overtakes its parent state in absolute GDP. By 2026, the gap is widening every single year. 2 states that were one, now growing at completely different speeds. This is what the loss of one city can do to a state economy in just 1 decade. In 2018, Maharashtra has just crossed $400 billion, larger than the entire economy of Iran, larger than Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka combined. And the pandemic that will hit 2 years from now will only widen the gap between the states that adapt and the states that do not. 2024. The southern states have done something nobody believed was possible. Look at the top of this chart. Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh. 3 of the top 4 are now southern. The 5th largest, Uttar Pradesh, has double the population of any of them and is still falling behind. South India is 20% of the country's population, but it now produces over 30% of the country's GDP. Tamil Nadu alone has crossed $350 billion, bigger than the entire economy of Egypt, bigger than Portugal. Karnataka has just overtaken Gujarat for the first time. The IT capital has beaten the trader capital. And every year, the gap between the southern states and the north widens. The reasons are no longer mysterious. Better education, lower fertility, higher female labour participation, English-speaking workforce, industrial parks built in the 1990s. None of this was sudden. It is the result of 40 years of compound growth, decision after decision, while the North was still arguing about old politics. And so in 2026, Maharashtra alone produces more wealth than the entire country of Pakistan. Tamil Nadu is larger than Portugal. Karnataka is larger than Hungary. 5 Indian states together are now larger than France. This is no longer one country with one economy. This is 15 separate economies growing at completely different speeds in completely different directions. The map of India in 2050 will look nothing like the map you grew up with